Hi, and welcome back to The Scent Advocate. Tonight we're going to be talking about fragrances you asked me to try, and I listened. That's right, you asked, I bought, and here we are. So stay tuned until the end because I have two fragrances that I actually went full bottle on. Both were on your recommendation, subscribers, and I went blind on them. That's right. These were blind buys, and I am so interested to tell you how they turned out. Stick around until the end. If you suggested a fragrance to me, you know, and I don't have permission, so I don't want to call anyone out by name, but I do want to just express my gratitude for pointing me in the right direction. Now, I haven't gotten every single fragrance that you've recommended, but I did get quite a few. So I will jump right in. Let's start out first with, this one's a little bit of a cheat because I already had it. It's Dryad by Papillon Artisan Perfumes. So this would be a 50 ml going for $220. It's a 2017 release and it's an eau de parfum. The nose behind this is Liz Moore's, and the notes are galbanum, sage, tarragon, citron, orange, thyme, bergamot, apricot. I'm just kind of moving along, not saying all of the notes. Oak moss, benzoin, styrax, balsam. I have been testing this fragrance for a very long time. It is one that I've been on the fence about. But I really do feel like I'm getting closer to a full bottle. I love it. And I have a 5 ml right now, and this is my second one. I used up the first one. So I'm getting really close. I think I'm ready. It's a little dry, so let me tell you how it makes me feel. It's a little dry. I get a heavy Mediterranean neroli at the opening, and that persists. It simmers down a little bit, but neroli is not in the notes. It's got a sheep feel, and I think it's because of that oak moss and citrus in there. But it takes me to the cliffs of Majorca. My husband has been there. I have not. And so he described it to me. And it's exactly what I imagine I'd want to smell like if I were overlooking the Med on, some rocky cliff in one of the gorgeous Spanish islands. And, I just feel and look fabulous. I'm definitely leaning towards a full bottle with this. It is, I don't know why I've taken so long, but I am not quite ready to pull the trigger yet. This may go on my Christmas list. I think by Christmas I'll be ready. Isn't it weird, right? You know how we have to get there emotionally? It's very dry. And that's what's holding me back. But I won't be, I've always known I'm going to get a full bottle of this. So it's going to go on my Christmas wish list, and I will be acquiring Dryad by Papillon. By the way, I can't believe I forgot to mention my beverage of the evening is coffee. Yes, totally nuts coffee. That's the combination. It's like almond, chestnuts, and hazelnuts. Gorgeous stuff. What can I say? Drink coffee at night. Okay. Next, please don't be angry. Please, please, please. Many of you have called this one to my attention, especially after my Musk video recently. It's Musc Ravageur by Frederic Malle. So for 100 ml of this fragrance, you will pay approximately $340. It is a 2000 release. The nose behind it is Maurice Roussel. The notes are lavender, cinnamon, cloves, bergamot, musk, vanilla, tonka bean, amber, sandalwood, gaiac, and cedar. It is a sweet musk to me. And friends, I'm just not there. I am probably the only person in the universe who isn't there with Musc Ravageur. I have tried and tried and tried. I'm on a 5 ml decant right now, and that is because I went through the 1 ml and the 2 ml, and now I'm at 5, and I like it. I like it, but I don't like it enough to go full bottle. I wouldn't reach for this. I have other musks that appeal to me more in a different way. It's nice. It's undeniably nice, but it's just not me. And there are a few fragrances that I'm like that with. For example, Guidance by Amouage. I know that one can be a little polarizing, but all I ever hear is positive about it for the most part. I can't say all I ever hear. For the most part, all I hear is positive. And I think it's a wonderful fragrance. It's just not for me. And there are others. I've got a video on fragrances that just don't work for me, that are very popular picks. Check it out. This is one of them. I like it. I do. It's not for me. And again, I'm probably the only person in the world who feels that way. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't feel drawn to it. After I got the 5 ml, I thought, okay, well, if I start to wear it more and I start to experience it more and maybe associate it with, different life's events, no, just no. Musc Ravageur, a lovely scent from Frederic Malle, but it's not for me. Okay, next was Burmite Honey. Burmite Honey. This is an interesting one. Now, I've tried this one before. This goes way down the animalic bunny trail. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Have you tried Burmite Honey? From the house of Prin. This one is an extrait. It's 30 ml. It's a 2023 release, and it goes for about $160. Okay. We've got beeswax, an amber fossil note in here. And this is not just any fossil. This is like serious fossilization, like way prehistoric, okay? This is 99 million years old. I mean, you find a 99 million year old bug in some amber, I know the first thing I would do is be like, hey, let's make some perfume out of it. Heck no, I'd be like, let me sell this rock, to like, I don't know, the Museum of Natural History in New York City or something. But no, Prin, Lomrose, genius that he is, realized we could make a fragrance out of this. And I'm there for it, totally. So yeah, big time fossil. And he's done this with other, fossilized material and other fragrances, but I digress. Champaca. Orange, flower, jasmine, tangerine, incense, oud, sandalwood, cumin, black pepper, cinnamon, nutmeg, coriander, myrrh, tonka bean, and amyris. Okay, what do you get out of this, though? If you like this, you'll like Burmite Honey. Is it the same? No, but it's similar. Which is why I have not purchased Burmite Honey. Okay. I like Burmite Honey a lot. It's more animalic. It's got less of that antique jasmine thing going on. But otherwise, it's got that carnal, semi-sexy thing going on. Like a sexy 99 million year old fossil. I don't know. It's got cumin. What are you gonna do? Yeah, it's got a similar feel. And so for me, Burmite Honey is a little too similar to Salome for me to pull the trigger on this one. Now, I think the price, given it's an extrait and knowing the intense quality of Prin fragrances, I mean, they are high quality and intense, I should say. These things last forever. You know, a little dab is more than enough. Great projection, great longevity. These are quality fragrances. But so is the Papillon Salome, and I already have it in my collection. So I think I've mentioned before in other videos, one thing that bothers me like a lot is when I buy a fragrance that turns out to be too similar to one I already have in my collection. Now, again, these are not dupes, but if I want to scratch that itch, for me, I think Salome may scratch the itch. That having been said, I love it. I love Burmite honey. This is an art fragrance. This is not going to be for everyone. Definitely test before you buy. But I think it's brilliant. I love it. It is not as, like I said, not as sweet, not as floral as Salome, but wow. It is a beast and it's wonderful. And if you haven't tried it and you like fragrances with an artistic bent, you gotta try Burmite Honey by Prin. Next, you asked me about Musc Couture by Maxim Parfum. This is an X-Rate also. It's a 2024 release. 30 ml will go for $220. The notes in this are lychee, raspberry, chamomile, ylang ylang, tobacco, gaiac, nagarmotha, musk, oud, vanilla, benzoin, cedarwood, and oak moss. Okay, I put it on my skin too. I put a fair amount on my skin. I may be going anosmic to it because I've been testing this evening and there it is. Okay. All right. On the paper, this is a serious musk, but there's a comforting floral accord going on in the background. It may be the chamomile. I think it's a little bit of that ylang ylang. I don't get fruit in this, not even a little. The heavy, thick, wet tobacco is more of a texture thing than a note. So I get that. The musk and the oud together, you gotta know that packs a serious punch. This is not for someone who doesn't like serious, heavy, quasi-animalic fragrances. You gotta like arty fragrances. I do not get oak moss in this either. I do not detect it, and I'm usually very sensitive to oak moss. On my skin, this gives me a mustiness, okay? The way it smells on paper is much different for me than the way it smells on my skin. On my skin, it's almost like a mildew accord, and then it just goes away. I don't smell it anymore. And I believe these types of fragrances, when this happens, it's me. For some reason, I go kind of nose blind to the fragrance. But it's still very much there. But I can't smell it. And part of what I enjoy about a fragrance is my ability to smell it, right? It creates a mood for me. It creates a feeling. And if I don't get that from a fragrance, but everyone else around me is reacting to it, enjoying it, disliking it, but whatever it is, that's not for me. And that's what's happening with this one. I just don't smell it. I don't smell it at all anymore. And I used a generous amount. Just nothing there. And when I could smell it, it smelled musty on me. It did not smell like it did on paper, which is nice. And as it settles down on the paper, it smells like musk, but like half musk, half oud. It's not pretty to me. I think this is more masculine leaning, and I love a masculine fragrance on me as well. but this isn't for me. I see the quality. I really do. I detect it. It's a serious musk oud, and I think it's worth trying, definitely. But for me, it's not a match. So I'm not going to be moving forward with that one. All right, moving on. We've got I can't believe it. We went through so many. The last two. Okay, are you ready? These I went full bottle based on your recommendations. Can you guess? Melilot. Probably mispronouncing that. By L'Occitane. Yes, you recommended it. I couldn't find a sample. I thought the price was great for 50 ml, $92. It's an EDP. It's a 2023 release. The notes: carrot, pear, galbanum, hazelnut, clover, hay, wheat, bran, wheat and bran, separate. Vetiver and cedar. Come on. I knew I'd love it. This is bright springtime green fragrance, rounded by these beautiful bready, carby notes. No brainer, you guys. No brainer. If you like Cow by Zoologist, you'll like this for sure. That Cow has a little more, it's got more of a lactonic thing going on, whereas this has more of a carb thing going on. So they're definitely not the same. But I think it's the carrot. Yeah. Or maybe it's the hay. The hay is not usually for me. It doesn't get expressed as sweetly as carrot, although hay can come across as sweet to me. But this is gorgeous. If you like that springtime green, bright, wonderful, but very, very comforting, you will love this. I adore it. Everyone in my family who smelled it loves it. This is a gem. Thank you for the recommendation. Melilot by L'Occitane. All right, last but not least, we'll do an unboxing. I already opened it, but it's a nice box, so I wanted to share it. Okay, can you guess? Full bottle. It was a Mother's Day present. I'm a mother. I deserved it. Zoologist's Dragonfly. Let me do this right. Woo, there we go. How about that art on the front? You gotta love Zoologists. Huh? Great stuff. And so it tells you on the back what the notes are. So here we've got a 60 ml EDP. It goes for about $200. It's a 2017 release. I had no idea this has been out since 2017, but you recommended it and I tried it. And the funny thing is, I thought I had tried all of the Zoologist fragrances, and I do have many. There are a couple more on my wish list, but this one, for whatever reason, I thought I had tried it. And when I looked, after I got the recommendation, I realized I don't have a sample of this fragrance. And I read the notes and I knew, just like with Melilot. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, by the way. It sounds French, so you know I butchered it. Okay, so the notes in this fragrance are grapefruit, basil, angelica, ginger rice. There are aquatic notes: geranium, jasmine, mimosa, orris, rose, violet, rainwater. Who doesn't love some rainwater in a fragrance, right? Moss, patchouli, tonka, vetiver, benzoin, and cashmeran. Of course, I knew I'd love it. Here we go. Okay, and then this beautiful box, and it slides out like this. There we go. Okay, let me take it out. It's very, very well packed. Okay. Why do I do this? Why do I do every time I do an unboxing? It's a disaster. It's supposed to be, exciting, right? No, it's a disaster. Here we go. There it is. Isn't it lovely? So this is a new bottle. I haven't bought any new Zoologist fragrances since the bottle redesign came out. All of my others are more like a rectangular cube-like. The nose behind this is Celine Burrell, by the way. This is a still water aquatic with, you know, that lotus, that beautiful, fragrant spring, green, life-giving, juicy, wet, very light floral accord. The aldehydes in here are not the kind that are frequently described as sparkly. No, these are very subdued. I think they give it a lift, a lightness, a brightness, but they are not as detectable as, you know, what you think of as quintessential aldehydes. There's a hint of cherry blossom in here. Is that among the notes? Let me see again, because no. And I did read a description. So on the box, it's not there, but I did read a description about cherry blossom, and I definitely get cherry blossom. It's in there. It's not powdery. It's wet. So if you think that the orris and the violet are going to give it a powdery note, at least not for me, okay? The patchouli is not pronounced. The cashmeran is not pronounced. I think this is created to generate a sense of balance. Springtime, life-giving, brightness, but balanced. It's a sunny day, but it's not a hot sunny day. It's a sunny day, but there are periodically clouds going by in the sky. It's a pond with lily pads, but it's not a stinky pond. It doesn't have any of that, you know, like whatever that stuff is it comes up, you know, when a pond turns over, I forget what they call that stuff from the bottom. It's none of that. It doesn't have like a funk to it as, you know, some of these still water fragrances can have. Sometimes even oceanics with the seaweed. No, there's no funk. This is purely blissful. The basil is there, but it's very subdued. It's not pronounced in the direction of sometimes it can go a little minty or a little anise. No. This is all about balance. The rice, sure, but it's not pronounced. Very few of the notes in here are pronounced. I think the rainwater is, the cherry blossom is, but everything else is about aquatics. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I am grateful for the suggestion. It is a lovely addition to the collection. So did you guess right? Did you know which ones I went full bottle on? Are you the one who suggested any of these? You know who you are. And when you tell me to try something, I want you to notice. I absolutely do. And twice, I absolutely fell in love. So thank you. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you are not yet a subscriber, please consider subscribing to the channel and leave me a comment. And if it includes a request to try something, you better believe I'm going to try it. I will order a sample, and if I can't get a sample and the notes knock me off my feet, I may just go full bottle, and then I'll cover it in another video. Many, many thanks to all of you for your amazing support and kindness. I really appreciate all the wonderful things you say to me, the great suggestions you give me, including about the new filming situation. I've gotten some good feedback. Thank you. How's it going? Let me know if you haven't commented on that yet. All right. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are moms, have a lovely Mother's Day weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.